Right, hello guys, welcome back to the new edition of this channel. So in this edition we are going to look into some of the match fixtures that are highly expected to end up as over 1.5 goals. So if you happen to be someone that is actually looking forward to get something very similar to this, most of the fixtures ending up as over 2.5, both team to score over 1.5 goals. So I'm going to show you guys the techniques I use and the app where I do mine most of these particular fixtures. So it is actually very simple. It is not something very hard. It just depends on your own idea and how you are going to apply it on each fixture. So this particular step is still live, and note me, it is just based on my own theory. It is not, there's no, maybe 100% assurance that everything will always come out the way you actually want it. But the app that I use to get most of these particular similar predictions, I'm going to share with you guys in this particular video. So if you have been following us if you have been following us on this channel, you will notice that whenever we are using this app, we always make use of the matching aspect, and whereby we select the match event, and most times we want to predict over 1.5 goals. I'm sharing you guys tips, secrets about most of these football analysis, that most of the games always end up as over 1.5 goals. What I do is that I always select the options, the market options of the both team to score, which is yes, and then I proceed to the days, maybe tomorrow. Then the league, I don't care about the league where the machine will actually generate the over 1.5 goes from. Then the matches number, I always maximize it into 20. Then I proceed. So I already generated some of the games that I want to look into with you guys in this edition, and most of them I generated it in two ways. But I won't be clicking on the search again, because most times, anyway, whenever I click on the search, or whenever you're interacting with some categories on this app, there is high probability that you can get annoyed with some pop-up ads. It can be very annoying, but I think it's worth it. So I'm going to show you the the tips or the fixtures that I generated using this particular football prediction app. So what you just need to do is that you need to apply simple crucial analysis, just a very simple one, to drive your over 1.5 goal. So this edition I'm going to share with you most of the games that are highly expected as over 1.5 goals. So probably in the next edition I will share with you guys most of the teams that are highly expected to end up as either over 2.5 or both team to score. All right, so let's look into this. So it's very simple. And for example, most of the games I showed you guys earlier, don't forget I told you guys that the first thing that you need to do is to look into the both team to score. And most of the games I showed you guys earlier, you are going to see some of them here. You are going to see some of them here. So one thing about it is that it is very easy for you to get your over 1.5 goals using the both team to score market option, except for the one, I think this match happens to be the only match that ended up as 1-0. Another factor that can actually affect the outcome of your game ending up as over 1.5 goals is only if teams that are involved in these particular games fail to convert their goals, their shots. For example, we experienced something like that yesterday, whereby some two teams that are highly expected, they were highly expected to play or to produce us with more than two goals, even more than two goals, and both teams to score. And with just 22 shots, total shots on target, not actually overall total shots in that match, shots on target, only one goal actually came out of that match, of this match that you guys are seeing. So I screenshot this around 81 minutes. The home team was having 11 shots on target, a away team was having 6 shots on target. With this shot of target, at least we're supposed to be seeing something around up to like 3 goals converted from it. And up to the end of the game, we were able to record just one goals in the match. So factors like this can actually affect the outcome of the match. So the simple strategy behind this is that what you need to do is that you need to check each games, observe their trends in the last 10 games. How often do they score goals? That is the only secret behind the strategy. You need to look into their trends on how often they score goals and how often they truly play both team to score. These two factors, if you're able to get it, then you are good to go for your match fixtures, for your prediction as over 2.5, both team to score over 1.5 goals. So if you observe very well, most of the games are ending up as over 2.5. If you look at it very well, except yes, I decided to avoid all this Europa Conference League or Europa League stuff like that, because the match that actually cost us yesterday was international tournament match. I think probably Conference League or Europa League. So I decided to avoid it today, and it is converting so well. So I decided to avoid anything like tournament game, anything like cup, because there was particular time I predicted some games 11 odds. Yes, I predicted 11 odds on over 1.5 using the same strategy, and unfortunately some of the games that happens to be Scotland Cup, they messed it up. So I decided to use pure normal league games, and they have been doing well. First half, sometimes before the end of the match, you'll be seeing something like over 3, over 2.5 goals, and they are doing well. So let's proceed with what we are actually doing. So it is out of these particular games that you are going to pick your over 1.5 goals from. It is a very simple steps, very simple procedure. You can see, right? So I try to mind out two games. As you guys can see, I mind out two games. So we are going to look into it. Alright, so for me, I'm going to share with you guys some of the match fixtures that I'm actually expecting them to end up as over 1.5 goals. So the number one of it is actually this match under the USA MLS, that is Montreal against Toronto. Another one that I feel like yes, it should come out so well as over 1.5 goals is Chicago Fire against Vancouver. And we have another one which is St. Louis City against Sporting KC. Look at it very well. Most of these fixtures are predicted as both team to score, but when you are expecting something to end up as both team to score, then automatically you should be expecting over 1.5 goals. That is automatic over 1.5 goals. So now other match fixtures that I feel like should actually come out so well as over 1.5 goals is this match under the Mexico League. And proceeding forward, I feel like this match under the Australia League should also come out so well as over 1.5 goals. So we have this over 1.5 goals. We have this to also end up as over 1.5 goals. So let's check further. Yeah, we also have this under the China Super League to also end up as over 1.5 over 1.5 goals. Sorry for mentioning corners. Over 1.5 goals. Yeah, I feel this one should also end up as over 1.5 goals. This over 1.5 goals. And looking at this, the odd of this match, this is 1.20. There is high probability that you may not be able to get the over 1.5 out of it. So there is high probability that you are going to skip it. Actually, it is very very small. You won't be able to find the odd for it. But if you're able to find it, it's good. So this match, Estonia, the match between Flora and Nome United, expect over 1.5 goals. I think that's all that we have for this edition. So anything like Cup or Europa League stuff like that, I always avoid it. Yeah, the inconsistency has really shown me that the uncertainty of using the idea, the theory on it will not may not actually work out. So I am currently avoiding anything like cup games and Europa tournament. Now let us check the other one that I generated. You use the so whenever the ads are popping up like that, they can be annoying. So we are going to check this one. Right. So out of these 20 match fixtures that we have this time around, you can see the odd difference. Most of the odd difference that we are having here is around 1.7, and we are going to avoid some of the games based on the trends. If you look at most of the last 10 games, you will observe what I'm talking about. So the first one that I have here, we are going to look into the Brazilian league. That is their second league match. And moving forward, I think we already mentioned this one earlier in the previous sleep generated. So I think we have another one which is a Bentley. This one we can actually look at this under the Australia League. I think we talked about this one earlier. Yeah, we checked it and we mentioned this one. Yeah. So this China Super League match, Beijing, Guan, stuff like that. This team, in short, if you observed their trends in their last 10 fixtures, you will understand what I'm talking about. Both teams to score over 1.5 goals, mostly working out so well. Right, so proceeding, we are going to look into, I think that's all actually. Yeah, most of the games that we have left are cup and I have been avoiding them. Although they may come out so well as over 1.5, but I don't feel like, yeah, they should come out so well as over 1.5. Now, them sabi. I've been avoiding them for real. So this happens to be the list of match fixtures that I feel like, yeah, they should actually end up as over 1.5 goals. Yeah, and now we have up to like 14 or 15 match fixtures that are highly expected to end up as over 1.5 goals. Now it depends on you if you want to remove some or you want to add some based on the list that we have here. It depends on you. You can actually do it yourself, generate most of these particular fixtures using the options and the process I just revealed to you guys earlier. And if you have any question, kindly drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this particular channel, and reach out to us through our private class. You can also join our Telegram platform for more daily updates. See you guys. Bye bye.